As we conclude our Reformation reflections this week, today we will focus on the gospel that we'll hear tomorrow, John 8:31 through 36. And I've titled this reflection, Knowing the Freedom the Son Gives. What is the one thing, if not the main thing, people fear, keeping them in self-imposed or others-imposed prisons? Isn't that one thing not knowing God's love and forgiveness of their sins? For much of his life, Martin Luther had that same fear. He did not know a loving and forgiving God. Luther had that belief because, sad to say, that was what the church taught, to have power and control over people. Have you ever had that not good enough experience from the church or knew someone who did? Take a moment to reflect on how you and/or how they felt. Not very good, right? One of the things that helped Luther was eventually he took Jesus' words to heart. If you continue in my word, you are truly my disciples, and you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free. Take a moment to reflect on what it means to continue in Jesus' word. Is it just to read the Bible? What are some of Jesus' greatest words in the Bible? Like John 3:16, for God so loved the world that God gave his only son so that everyone who believes in him may have eternal life. Or John 3:17, for the Christ did not come into the world to condemn the world, but that the world might be saved through him. Take a moment to reflect on the power of those and other words from Jesus. Think about this. What did Jesus do with his words? Did he just say them? No. Jesus lived his words of love and forgiveness. Take a moment to reflect on all Jesus did to put his words into actions, to show the truth of God's love for all. Jesus' words of love for all empowered him to walk his walk of faith for the world when he could no longer walk. And as we stand at the foot of his cross, we see the fulfillment of the truth of Jesus' words that can and does truly set the world free. When Jesus looked down at us and said, Father, forgive them. They do not know what they're doing. As we reflect on God's Reformation words of love and forgiveness, as the Church of Jesus Christ, may God empower us to continue in Jesus' word, to teach the power of God's control of grace, to help set our world free. Thanks be to God.